So yeah, the plan will be to go ahead and complete, mainly work on completing the Blue Bunnies questline, since we don't really have the gems. I haven't gotten around to grinding gems off stream like I said I should be doing. So we'll be focusing on the Blue Bunnies quest. We'll go ahead and hopefully get most of it done, probably all of it done in today's stream, and then hopefully be able to pivot to working on getting the godlies for Blaze and Remnant King. I think if I still don't get them both Blaze and King done or Blaze and Remnant King done today, I'll be probably going ahead and collecting this gem chest a few days over the next week, just being lazy to grab a few gems, because that should help us get a little bit closer to the amount of gems without actually having me do any extra work. But yeah, no matter what happens, we should get a Blue Bunny done today, and hopefully at least one of the godlies for some of these quests, because right now we are kind of sitting at a total of 0 out of the 4 godlies we need unboxed. Ads? I thought I had ads turned off. No. Nope, okay. I think that YouTube just likes to put ads right when people join streams. That literally can't be skipped. Let me adjust the camera really quick. Is that good? Yeah, that's better. I think YouTube likes to put ads right at the beginning of the stream, but anything mid-roll or whatever, the YouTuber gets to control. So, unless they turn that off, and then in which case YouTube will put them for them. But yeah, for mine, mid-rolls should be off. Anyways, let's go ahead and focus on getting this quest done. So yeah, Blue Bunny newest quest of the game got added over a week ago now, but we should be able to probably complete it all today. I think it's around a 2-hour quest line, and so it shouldn't be too difficult to go ahead and do. One of the big things that we are going to need to do is just vacuum ghosts, which pretty much takes no extra time on top of, like, for us being a free-to-play player, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. The only concerns I have is if there are, I can't remember what the gem collection quests or rem collection quests are, so those might become a little bit more difficult. Yeah, for the most part, it should just be vacuuming ghosts from areas, which should go by pretty smoothly. By the way, what is hard mode? Hard mode is basically a set of rules that I made to make the game a little bit harder and more, I don't know, I would say more based on like what Ghost Sim originally designed it to be, where you have to complete every quest in an area before moving from that area. You have to unbox every pet from an earlier crate before you can move on to the next crate. So like skipping up to pet crate 16 with crate keys before you complete pet crate 14 or whatever, that new players can take advantage of. Other than that, like no game passes, no codes, no trading, a lot of stuff just to prevent like just cheesy ways of getting progression. But yeah, overall, once I got past Ghost World, it actually became more or less a normal account since there wasn't very many quests after that point. How often do updates occur? They occur every other Friday, so bi-weekly. Generally speaking, they are going to be not, last week we had an update, even though it was like midweek, and that was just to provide, as most of you guys could probably tell, it was a 0.2 update, so it was just providing a little bit of content that probably should have been in the first update, but wasn't out yet, or wasn't developed yet, so the other option was delaying the update a week, which probably would have been better, but yeah. Anyways, let's go grab these ghosts and then we'll sell. You need to do side quests too? Yes, every single quest that is in an area has to be completed before you can move on, with a few exceptions where some quests, like for instance Dylan right at the lab, is treated more of a main hub quest, so I have to complete it before moving on to the main hub. and a few other similar stories to that. Yeah, only ones I don't do are the infinite ones, which, I mean, yeah, pretty self-explanatory there. Ghost Hunter Gramps annoyed you? Him and Ghost Hunter Gran, Yu, all of those I treated as, pre-rebirth quests. Since they don't reset when you rebirth, I treated anything that didn't reset when you rebirth, other than Shelly, as just a before I rebirth quest. So all those I just did before I went out of rebirth. So I spent probably, 10 hours right at the end of my rebirth, to go ahead and do all of those 3 quests. Actually, Gran, got completed, I think, before I finished Ghost World, since using Gum was actually fairly easy for, an account, since, you know, it's just 2 minutes of time. Brutal. I think this is just oh, cool, that's a useful story. But yeah. When is Shelly going to be not permanent again? When we get around to doing the Ghost World rebalancing, a lot of Shelly's quests is going to be made non-permanent. A lot of the balance in Ghost World is going to be kind of upheaved. All of that stuff that you'd expect when we get around to it. Thing is, like, right now there's not as much time. I've been kind of scheduling quite a bit more work than I probably should have been for myself. So some of that stuff is taking a little bit longer. Now that the quest was made a little bit easier, it should be a little bit better for now for new players. But it still definitely needs a full rework before it's actually good to be made permanent again. Don't forget about Joker. I've already done Joker. I did Joker in the last stream. If you're running out of Ghostly Loot Gum, you can go grind a Glitchy Loot Gum fairly easy from the last 3 areas of Backdoor. Literally all you need is to grab the Void set from Void, and then go into those last 3-4 areas, whatever you can manage, and then just vacuum as many ghosts as you can ideally, you'd use Glitchy Loot Gum to get as much gum as possible, but you can even use something like a basic Loot Gum if you want. But yeah. You can also grind a basic Loot Gum fairly easy, then you can use that if you want. Overall though, Glitchy Loot Gum is literally the easiest to get, that's helpful. Technically it is easier to get basic Loot Gum, but basic Loot Gum isn't as helpful as Glitchy Loot Gum. Alright, let's just go grab a full pack and then sell with an X Gum. Oh, someone asked what Rebirth perk you should get. Where was it? Who asked? Shoot. I remember someone asking me which Rebirth perk to get. Anyways, if you're wondering which Rebirth perk to get, it really, like, realistically, there isn't a bad option other than, like, vacuum or pet crate keys for your first one. Most people will recommend getting Master Hunter, or Ghostly Vision, since those two will massively increase, or maybe not massively, but those two will, just increase the, speed at which you can get further rebirths. And then once you have those two, you can actually, yeah, those two are your first ones, and then after that, it's really whatever. But honestly, if you go for something like Divine Set, or, what else can you get? Divine Sets, or, Pet Evo's pretty bad, but, like, going for a Divine Set isn't that bad. It is a pretty good, just boost to stats straight off the bat, which some players find really helpful. You're better off going ahead and getting, something like Lucky Cats, just stat-wise, since they're easier to get, and you can get them before you rebirth. But yeah. Is Bit Tycoon's broken still? No, Bit Tycoon actually got fixed. So anyone who is running Bit Tycoon should be fine, to go ahead and get the buffs. That being said, it is one of the better ones. And it's slightly worse than Remnant Tycoon, but it doesn't require you to go through Remnant Zone every time you want to grind gems, which is definitely a plus for most people. But yeah. Tycoons have not gotten changed yet. Didn't get the red coin because I joined in late. Ooh. Yeah, I have no idea how, I haven't really played too much Sentinel, so I don't know exactly all of the Sentinel stuff. But congratulations on getting the, completed in game, Deadbolt on Sentinel. Yes, I believe you do if you have a screenshot of it saying completed or whatever. You just, you know, you need a screenshot of it. I mean, I don't know the exact rules. I don't actually care too much about the Sentinel rules. Okay, we do not have anywhere near enough, but I decided to sell anyways. Alright, next time we fill up our pack, we should be good. You don't have a screenshot? Well, then you probably don't qualify, unfortunately. Oh, yeah. No, I definitely know that feeling. When I first played the game, I had that pretty much the exact same thing. Because, like, you don't know that this sell button actually works to teleport. I mean, eventually I found it, but I definitely know that feeling of getting stuck after a boss and not pressing the pop-up that appears. Like, just cooking clothes. I'm like, oh, I'll go explore. And then since the boss is over, the entire screen kind of goes gray because now you aren't fighting a boss in there. It's actually, it's kind of weird. Kind of confusing, disorientating for sure. But yeah, eventually you get out of it. Ping, basically any admin and they'll get it to you. Yeah, HS is the one that has the pin message saying to ping her, so, ping her would probably be the best bet. But any admin, would be able to give it to you, as long as you have the screenshot of it. Deadbolt, if someone else has the screenshot with your name on it, with the completion, they can go ahead and send that screenshot for you, but, yeah. Just to win another time, yeah. No, honestly, it's not too hard to get carried in Sentinel. It's arguably a bit too easy. Once people have gotten up to like level 80, level 90, and have figured out all the strategies. All right, this should be enough. $9,000 short. Yes, that was exactly what I wanted. Alright. 2 more ghosts, and we should be fine. What dragon boss? The one in a volcano. Mini mag is dragon. Alright, 50 feather leaves and defeat any 3 bosses. Let's go try to find Spade's Harbinger really quick. See if we can't tag it, and then we'll go ahead and grab the feather leaves and then return to finish him off. It's going to be faster to find Spades from this other direction. Races kind of depend on internet. Actually, the funny thing about that, it's more about your frame rate, like if you're lagging like I am right now, you're going to get like literally nowhere near finishing a race. But like if you're having bad internet but you have a fine computer, you'll actually do decently well. There is a little bit of server latency that would play an effect, but for the most part, it is going to be more or less based on your own. Wow, there is literally no space arbiter there. Okay. But yeah, no, for the most part, it doesn't matter. Too much. Where is Spades Harbinger? I'm being blind now, ain't I? Oh, the thing about disabling trades is that it'll actually, for whatever reason, if you like leave the game while in a trade menu, it will go ahead and disable. Actually, no, I know what reason it is. But like it'll go ahead and disable your trades for the next time you join. So it's really easy to accidentally have your trades disabled when you haven't ever clicked it. Just because some menus will go ahead and do that. Then if you swap servers, it'll go ahead and okay, is Spade Harbinger just not here? Well, that matters. Alright, let's go grab our feather leaves and then we'll figure out the rest of it. Because I can't for the life of me find the Space Harbinger. Yeah, definitely one of the things about it is that pretty much anyone who plays it says it's underrated. The thing is, there's a lot of issues that prevent new players from getting into it, like the length. Alright, let's use a loot gun. Length of the game, like the overall, like, thumbnails of the game that prevent, that make it hard for new players to actually join just because they're bad thumbnails, which is, you know, partially my fault right now, since I kind of made the one that's currently on. But yeah, as a general thumb though, that's pretty much how most games work, is that most games will feel underrated when you play them just because that's what you like. But like that's just kind of how it is. There's a lots of underrated games, and you know, if they weren't underrated, there'd be other underrated games just because like not everyone's playing every single game or whatever. That's good. So it really depends on just what people decide to play. Also, we've gotten really lucky with these feather leaves. We haven't even used a minute of gum and we've already gotten over half. The bridge and village. I'm just being blind, it seems. Is the Blue Bunny NPC perk permanent? Yes. Like all NPCs in Remnant Zone, it will stick with you forever. At least through rebirthing. For now. yeah, most likely it'll stay forever. There's always that small chance that it's decided later on that, hey, maybe all NPCs in second arc should reset for something or another. But yeah, for now, we'll stay. Alright, let's go see about grabbing that spades now that our gum is over. Now that we, you know, have confirmation of where it is, we can just not be blind. Oh my goodness. Was it just hiding behind this wooden thing this entire time and I just didn't see it? Probably. Yeah, honestly, heavy armor is one of the better perks in the game, and like, it's just being able to AFK bosses is just such a nice feeling. I like how it resets when you rebirth though, so I don't know, I like that part of it. Maybe I'm weird, but once you get it in a rebirth, it just makes bosses so much nicer to do. You don't have to worry about making sure you're avoiding their attacks. You can just kind of just sit there and everything gets done for you for a boss. Yeah, no, for real. The amount of suggestions where people are like, hey, make this perk permanent, make this perk permanent, make this a rebirth perk, make this it gets so frustrating super quickly. Because like, yeah, it would be a nice quality of life feature, but it kind of breaks the point of that NPC. Like even the permanent magnet, I really hated that. That is one of my pet peeves in the game. And like, if I could, I would undo that, but not really a possibility for me to just undo that. So unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, depending on who you are, it's going to stay like that. But yeah. There are some suggestions that I will outright refuse and not even consider, and that is one of them. Have you thought about? Yes, I actually have thought about that. I was debating on adding it in the next update, but based on the time I have, it's probably not going to be a thing. I don't know. We'll see, but yeah, I actually have thought about making that a setting. I don't know. Well, obviously it's one of those things where I'll just go ahead and see what it ends up looking like time-wise, but yeah, I don't know. Yes, Blue Bunny perk can be used any world. The way it works right now is it saves the world and location you have it set for, so that if you use it from any world, you'll be able to go ahead and go back to that current world, which may not be the best thing. I think there are some issues. Someone pointed out that maybe it should be per world, since really you don't need it in multiple worlds. The thing with that is actually starts to become a little bit annoying to code it that way. But yeah. Also, where is that spawn? Oh, it's over there. Nope? Okay. Alright, we'll go ahead and server hop for some... Or, no, actually, we'll go ahead and collect these items, and then we'll go ahead and server hop for some bosses. When is Block Spike key from Final getting dropped from Final instead of a loot bag? Yeah, that model, that is, I actually, a few updates ago, I think, first part of Easter or whatever, so over a month ago, I actually went looking for the model for it, and I couldn't find it, so, it's pretty much whenever I can find the model for that, key, and honestly, I don't know if I can. I think it might be something that's just lost forever or whatever. But yeah, if I ever find that model, it's really easy swap in, swap out sort of deal. So yeah, I mean, I'd say soon, but really depends on if that model even still exists. The teleporter is also bugged for the Mega Boss fights. I'm sure there's been multiple. I might have some error in my logic. If you can, yeah, you shouldn't be able to TV on of it. I thought I made sure that was worked. But I guess there is a small chance that I'm using the wrong logic or whatever for that. Yeah, I was fairly sure I made that work correctly, but I don't know. I'll take a look at it at some point. Just, you know, in the meantime, don't click the TV button, which, you know, might be easier said than done. For PC, it's fairly easy, but for mobile and other stuff, it might be a little bit more difficult, like console, since buttons are a little bit easier to hit on those two. Anyways, we'll go do a really quick check to see if we have any ghostly vision bosses to go ahead and grab, and then if not, we're going to go ahead and start server hopping for the last two bosses. Okay, none of that. Is next update big or small? It's actually fairly small. I mean it's an anniversary event, so depends on how big you consider the anniversary event. I would say small. Other people might say big. Honestly, it required a lot of work to do it, so it's probably going to be the worst of both worlds, where it's both an update that people don't really care about, and also an update that's a lot of work, which is literally the worst. Because it's funny, some of the easiest updates for devs to do, like add a classified, for instance, is one of those things that people like the most, whereas some other stuff like, adding a whole new cool stuff, like the Blue Bunny perk, maybe not as many people like it, so that's kind of interesting. I guess we'll go ahead and join this race. We probably shouldn't, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, anniversary event isn't that much of a leak. If you guys ever look at like a calendar and check when it's going to fall on, it'd be pretty easy to tell that, oh yeah, next update is literally the anniversary of Ghost Sim. Also, this frame rate right now is literally unplayable. 'Gives more lag to, yeah, no, that's sometimes what it feels like. That PC upgrade feels like a better idea every time I do one of these streams. Fortunately, even though we got fourth, we actually do get loot bags now, since it got the loot bag distribution actually got reworked a little bit. So, you know, it doesn't matter that we came last place. Instead of just, you know, we just don't get as many cool bags. 550 ping, I won't even notice 50 ping difference. I'm going to be honest. I literally don't care if I'm running at 999 ping. All I care about is my FPS. There we go. Yeah, I mean, 1 bronze loot bag, it's not the best, but, you know, it's a lot better than 0, which we would have gotten before, so, yeah. Oh, we got Voyager. Anyways, bosses, that was what I was here for. Let's go see if we can find any Ghostly Vision bosses. Am I a dev or something? Yes, I am currently the programming developer for Ghost Sim. Will Cheshire Quest ever be redoable? Sacrificing in a one-time board for an Earth board reskin is, I don't know, annoying. Yeah, honestly, it's going to be really easy for me to just at some point, make it, reset when you rebirth. I don't think anyone has any complaints about Cheshire resetting when you rebirth. There's, like, it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, don't do a quest then, sort of deal. People do complain, so, but yeah, at some point it'll happen. Literally, it's a super easy change. I just need to remember to do it in an update, to be honest. Wait, add? Sorry, just a second. I saw add. I'm trying to see if it works. It does not seem to be working. Honestly, I have no idea. That's one of those things I'm not actually in charge of as a developer. That was set up a long time ago, and they didn't really or something wasn't working with it, so they kind of abandoned it. But it was kind of funny seeing an ad there. I like how the TPs and blocks by HQ are just labs. Yeah, I wanted a TP. The thing is, lab is actually the default TP name for every world. So pretty much every world has a lab TP except for backdoor, because I actually turned that off for the remote because I felt like it. But yeah, every other world has the lab TP. And that's just because I was too lazy to remove it. I think yeah, even Ghost World I think has lab. Actually, is it in Void too? I can't remember if I removed it from Void. But yeah, the main reason for that thing was actually to provide it for Remnant Zone, and Ghost World, I guess. So people who are planning on doing those should have a little bit better time to do it. There was a feature that someone was recommending, which was adding an instant teleport. I don't know how I like that idea. I think it would definitely be kind of cool. But I also feel like at that point it's, I don't know, it's a little bit conflicting with the map sort of deal. Instant TP from a map, which kind of, I don't know, breaks the purpose of the teleporters in most worlds anyways. Anyways, this should be boss 2. We are going to need to do a few more bosses for this quest. I believe we have 11 more bosses that we need to do, of which those are a mix of Spades, Harbinger, Anomaly, Grim, and then also a few just miscellaneous bosses. So overall, I don't think it's still going to take too long. I mean, right now we definitely don't look like we're doing the best. We've spent 35 minutes and we've gone through 1.5 quests basically. But I think it starts to speed up around halfway through. Yeah, we'll go ahead and, actually, yeah, we'll go ahead and grab this boss, and then we'll probably sell with Glitchy X-Gum, I think? Glitchy X-Gum, check. Yeah, we'll go ahead and sell with Glitchy X-Gum, and then go ahead and convert those, Ecto tokens into gems, and then see where we're at, because that'll be a few gems that'll help us a little bit, since we do need to unbox goblins at some point. Yeah, I don't think yeah, I don't think the 5 FPS would be nice for people's eyes. It's the funny thing I think is, actually I don't know. I think for the most part the actual stream is at 20 FPS, despite like it saying 5 FPS up in the corner or whatever. I think my computer is still outputting a 20 FPS stream. So it has a 20 FPS. It just only a quarter of those frames are actually different. All the rest are literally just repeats of the same frame, which is kind of funny to think about. But yeah. Yeah, because right now, even though it does say 5 FPS, I am doing a 20 FPS stream. I think you guys can kind of see that in the camera, where, I mean, camera's not the best. Like, it obviously isn't a smooth 60 FPS, but it's not a 2 FPS either, but yeah. Make a gum that increases your frame rate. I think we're better off with just actually me figuring out what causes these frame rate losses and then fixing that. I'm not 100% sure what actually causes the frame rate issues in Ghost Simulator. Is the annoying thing. Like I have some guesses, but I'm not 100% sure on any of that. Anyways, we'll go ahead and use XGum, cell, teleport to Volcano. But yeah, it's one of those things I don't know if deleting more stuff would be quite the correct way to do it, because you know, deleting stuff generally won't make stuff better. Alright, let's go max that. That is 2 million gems, which isn't a lot. Alright, we'll go back to Remnant Zone, turn in this quest for Blue Bunny, and yeah. Why did I convert it into gems? Because there's no reason to leave it as ecto tokens. I need the gems at the moment, and even though it's only 2 million gems, it should make a it should be able to make a small dent in the amount of gems I need for stuff in Remnant, for the Godlies and Remnant Zone. That's one of those things that those developer pets are specifically for that final boss fight, which was kind of designed for those 5 original and devs. It's going to be one of those things that unless there's a really good lore reason why, it's not going to happen. Like, we have Royal as the developer for the game for about half the time that the game's actually been around. He started in like September, sorry, like May, I believe, 2021, and served until, or was acting as a developer for like till late 2023, so about 2.5 years. So it's one of those things that he really doesn't have anything other than a single NPC that's kind of a memorial to him, and then a little bit of a few pets that are themed after him. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's a little bit vain in some respects of that stuff, especially since like for the first developers, it's more of like it was their game, they made it in the first place. They have a little bit more of the claim to it than the people that they hire. Obviously, it isn't like completely out of the question, but it's one of those things that no one's really wanting to add as a developer, is ahead of themselves to the game. But yeah, so it's most likely won't happen. Anniversary is already pretty much set up. Did any of the original devs leave? Yes, actually, most of the original devs at this point have left. Joven and Didio JD, which is actually a YouTuber, left, I think, mid 2020. Maybe even early 2020. But like they left mid 2020. Coven, and then Coven, the most recent one to leave, I think left 2022, maybe 2023. I don't remember exactly. I'm not great with dates. But yeah, all of them left to pursue other things. So it's not like they left because for any negative reason. It's just they were done with Ghost Simulator sets or bored of it. I don't know. They were moving on for other stuff. But yeah. Mac and Adam's the only ones that are, yes, Makimon and Goro7/Adam are some of the original devs that are still here. They're the only ones. They don't actually develop Ghost Simulator more. That's me and Dark Thunder, with Jonas managing that. But I mean, they still technically, and they do own Bloxbyte as a whole, which means they do own Ghost Simulator. Whereas I don't own Ghost Simulator. I'm just the CEO in some respects. Not really. I can't remember what CEO. CEO stands for Chief Executive Officer. So I don't know if that's actually how that works, but yeah, I'm more of just someone working for the game than owning it in general. Pick keys and some gems. Actually, those will be pretty helpful for us getting the Godlays. What does Blow Bunny give? It gives a remote teleporter perk that will allow you to instantly teleport to an area of your choice constantly. Really helpful for grinding. For instance, grinding Gob in Remnant Zone without any teleporters. You can always teleport to the same spot. Allows you to teleport to bonus biomes, which is going to be kind of nice. And yeah. Overall, can be a pretty cool perk. Alright, let's go ahead and grab this one. I don't think I were to get a dev pet, but if I was going to get a dev pet, I'd make it look somewhat unique. Probably like a purple dragon with some my assets on my avatar currently. But yeah. Alright, we got done with this. We'll go ahead and click that, and then and then we'll teleport back to the quest. yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. A purple potato. That's definitely what I'd throw a developer pet at. I think I'm getting allergies or something. Yeah, no, I think spring is known for having allergies. Like runny nose, all that fun stuff. I think yesterday I had some bad nasal stuff. I think it's cleared up now, but it was weird because I'm not used to that. Anyways, 20 Night Wizard Ghosts and 20 Scrap Hunter Ghosts. Let's go grab those. Oh, and then 20 Pond Ghosts, but who cares about those? Everything's bad with my body. Yeah, no, sometimes you just need to take a little bit of a rest. that's going to be arrested. Actually, should we grab that for the... Yeah, okay, actually, I think we'll grab this. Weird that you haven't got any fan art and fan art yet. Yeah, I think I technically have. I think there's been one thing that someone's posted, but like, it's one of those things that I'm not really an artist person, so I don't have very many friends per se. It's more of acquaintances, but like there's been people just making fan art of me just because. It's one of those things I don't actually care too much. It's art isn't my passion, so yeah. Yeah, I think the general thumb is don't itch stuff that itches, which, you know, is pretty hard to do since, you know, it itches. But generally, leaving those be is going to help it heal faster and go away sooner. What do you think is the best pet design? Purple? No. I think in an honest sense, best pet design, would probably be one of the classifieds. I really love Euphoria. Like it's just such a cool design for a pet, with it changing colors and everything. But yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Typing every time I see the word highest, just normal, I think it's referring to me just because I'm used to people spelling it that way. Like, just because that is the actual word and my name isn't. But yeah, I definitely, it gets a little bit strange. Convert between them with a name similar. Can't go with strong with Spearfly? Yeah, no, Spearfly is a pretty good second. There are definitely some really cool limited board pets and boards too. Oh, was that an invisible? Yeah, funny. I have no idea what that is, but it's funny. Yeah, there's some cool limited pets and boards. It's one of those things that some of the limiteds are really weird that they are not really weird, but it's strange that some of those limiteds are limiteds because they're so good that people are like, oh, I want that. And it's like, nope, can't get it anymore. Had to be around it this time to have bought it. Sort of deal. Yes, it is definitely one of those things that does become kind of strange to have a name similar to a word that's somewhat commonly used. It's not too bad. I mean, generally speaking, like real life or whatever, I'm not used to being called the highest, so it's pretty normal. But ouch. Yeah, you're gonna get a few strange looks trying to explain that one. Hopefully it wasn't an LA exam. Hopefully it was a like math exam or science exam where spelling is literally of zero importance if people understand what you're trying to say. But yeah, if it was an English exam, that's a rip. So Chroma, yeah, some of those the Ghostly Vision myth or classifieds look super clean. Like Reflection, I think is one of the cleaner board designs in my opinion. I like simple board / pets. If I haven't said that yet. And Reflection is one of the simplest cool designs where it just kind of has a reflective thing and it rotates and it looks really cool. But yeah, all those Ghostly Vision mythicals or classifieds are super clean designs, and since they are pretty easy to get, I think it's like 1 in 1,000 to get them, versus the normal like gem ship is like 1 in 10,000 people have guessed. I don't actually know if those are actual legitimate numbers. I haven't looked in the code, so even though I'm a developer and throwing out numbers, those aren't like the actual numbers. Those are just based on rates that I've seen as a player. I really do need to make that clear because sharing like specific numbers and stuff is one of those things that I don't want to do as a developer. All right, we've tagged that little bit. But yeah. Yeah, 6 Nebulas, yeah, I would guess that. I mean, it's a streak loot bag. Not that many people are going to get streak loot bags. And so you're going to have to... You're just going to have to hope for the best. Like, even on my main account, I have, like, 10 legitimate... Or, I have, like, 10 streak loot bags, even though, like, I am considered an endgame player. I just don't play regularly for the login rewards. Yeah, boosted event drops gum, now that it is... Boosted gums are actually good. It should be a pretty, pretty good, even if you get like a boosted event drops gum. You should still be able to make some pretty good use out of it. But, well, other than Nebula, which I think is just like, obviously, something like, obviously Cloud Wave, then Rain Wave, or Cloud Wave and then Chroma Float, and then you have, alright, we need to go craft 2 recipes. Alright, the question now is... Yes, we do use it gum. Oh, we're gonna need to grind some glitchy lucky gum. Yeah, boosted vacuum gum is kind of still meh. I mean, it does give you a little bit, like 2 times photon speed, more range or whatever. It's not the worst, but I definitely think vacuum in general is kind of a bad system right at the moment. Like, vacuum stat is just garbage and has been garbage for like years. At some point, I want to go ahead and fix some of the vacuum progression in Ghost Simulator. The plan for this is to actually go ahead and nerf some of the endgame vacuum stuff, which I don't think people are going to mind. Like, even if I completely like gut all the classifieds vacuum stats, you're still going to be one-shotting most ghosts with them. And even if you aren't like, oh no, you can't one-shot ghosts, you still have the, it just makes the game more interesting in my opinion. I am kind of just waiting for my gum to expire at this point. I guess we'll go ahead and vacuum this for a little bit. Yeah, it can be the same 2 recipes. Yes, I understand. I'm going to be crafting the Abyss twice. That's just going to be how it works. How many rebirths do I have on this count? I have 1 rebirth on this count, and I'm almost completely done with everything that I can do. Actually, probably this stream, based on the amount of crate keys I am getting from this quest. Like, I think I have, what, now 60 crate keys? I think I should be able to complete all the quests for this. Make the Remnant Zone vacuum stats? Yes. Remnant Zone was weird because when it was coming out, every time they added new packs and backs to it, it made, it completely broke, the packs and back system in Main Hub and Ghost World. And so every time they added a new one, they had to be careful not to progress too much, which just made it the weird thing where we have pretty much all the same stats of Ghost from like Antenna level 25 to Antenna level 30, because if you increase them any more than what they did, it would have completely broken, like, more than it already was, the vacuum. Now that those are now disconnected since they did the boss rework, it's actually possible now to actually increase those vacuum progressions and whatever, make that a little bit more significant, which should make it a little bit better of a system than what we have currently going on. What's my favorite limited currently in the store? I actually haven't checked the store ever. Probably Sparky Cat. It's one of those things I very rarely will buy limiteds. I think I have bought limiteds a total of twice now. One of them from Hopebringer for the event for the game, or what is it called? Fundraiser. Donation event. Yeah. And then the other one was a, after I became a developer, I bought one cool looking hoverboard, because it just came out. But yeah, other than that, I very rarely buy stuff. Alright, we are going to be going ahead and doing this. I'm going to have to go ahead and open my auto clicker, I think. There it is. How do you get the board? You have to go complete the, there's a puzzle in, Blocksmade HQ. You have to go ahead and complete that. It's actually pretty hard to find, so you pretty much have to go look it up on the wiki. But yeah. Alright, we should, hopefully we're not spending too many of our gems right now. I do want to get the Godly in this unbox, and then I want to go ahead and move on to the next one, but yeah. That inventory is full. Of course, we fill up our inventory right, right before we actually get all the pets we need. But yeah. Alright, we're going to call that a day. No, we're going to go ahead and use a few crate keys. On pet crate, not pet crate 16, I don't have this unlocked. Pet crate 15. We're going to go use a few crate keys, since we are running luck. To hopefully get the Godly, which is unlikely, but it's a small chance that we got it too. Did we actually get the Godly? No way! No way! I was just using it. Okay, finally we got some luck on that. Now we can actually unbox every single pet crate. That's insane. I can't believe that actually happened that way. Okay, that was made up for the luck that we had last stream where I spent like 160 or something crate keys and got 0 Godlies. Goodness. Okay, now we have to go do 2 crafting recipes. Actually, we might have. Actually, yeah, Painted Red is slightly better spell stats, so we'll go ahead and equip that and hopefully start getting it leveled up. We'll also go ahead and lock that. But yeah, that is the Godly for our pet crate 15 for Remnant Kings. We should be able to, with gems, get the other 2. So that all that means is that we need to go ahead and I don't think we have enough for any of, actually no, we should have enough for recipe 3, I think, because that is going to be RK Rocket, that one, Zoomer, and I believe we have the last one. Yeah, cube. So we can craft Royal Spade. And then we can probably go ahead and craft... can can't craft that one. I don't want to worry about bento board. Can't. Is there really 2 recipes that require 3 times Creppy Cat? That's hilarious. Frankie, we can't. Actually, we might be able to do the Frankie would be jealous one. No, that require. Yeah, let's see if I remember what one that one is. So that's all pets. I believe that is magic. Then it's going to be Pickle Junior. Then it's Deer. Oh, we don't have deer, and then it's going to be whale or something. I don't have any of that. Okay, I don't remember. Actually, we might be able to do viridescent, logboard, surfboard, skateboard, in alien board. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's just me going through and remembering which crafting recipes we can actually do. You have pickles. Yeah, I had a single pickles. I wasn't doing that one because I was being lazy and forgetting about it. Anyways, jump through the red ring, craft 20 gum. Actually, can we? We don't actually need anything more from here item-wise, so let me check what we can convert. Oh, we have a lot. 2,000, that should be, yep. We're gonna go ahead and do that. 8 enchanted, did we actually get 8 enchanted loot gum from that? Oh boy, yes, we did actually get 8 enchanted loot gum. So yeah, now we're rolling in loot gum. But yeah, I just wanted to do some of the different recipes. I wanted to get a few of those cooler things. We'll grab that, and then we're done with this. Ideally, I would have gotten like a enchanted lucky gum, because right now I still need to go back to like backdoor and actually grind for another glitchy lucky gum for unboxing the last few stuff I need to. But yeah. Did I really make this quest 100 million remnant coins? I did. Okay, chain of plans, guys. We're going to need to go ahead and grind. I have no one to blame for myself for this one. But yeah, we're going to need to go grind quite a bit of, quite a bit of, I think, actually, no, this is only 50 packfuls. This isn't even that bad. Not that bad. 50 packfuls, that's going to be like, I don't know, 50 minutes. Yeah, and I think we might not even be able to upgrade our vacuum at some point, so, yeah, with the events, Ghostly Gum gets pretty easy, but like outside of events, Ghostly Gum's actually the hardest gum to get, other than maybe Enchanted, but yeah. How long does Ghost Hunter Cheshire take? It depends on whether or not you have 2 times items and good gum. For my account, I think it took us like 2 hours. For my main account, it took like 20 minutes. It's a really widespread based on your gum usage. But yeah, it's not actually that long. Use some glitchy / enchanted XM. Yeah, I'm going to be having to use some of that. It's going to be a grind. It's actually not even that bad, to be honest. There's much worse quests that there have been. Like, basically all of Ghost World was this, but it was every other quest, pretty much. It was upgrade your pack, upgrade your pack, upgrade your pack, and it was such a pain, so... and we actually have good stats now, we have gum, we actually aren't going to be struggling too much on this. And yes, you did, and I lost my watch. Yeah, it was one of those things where, realistically speaking, I kind of wanted to be somewhat difficult. For everyone endgame, it's not going to be too bad, and I mean, this is probably the worst. These pets that I have right now are probably the worst that people are actually going to get to this quest with. Like, anyone else playing this game are going to have better stats than this. They're definitely going to have 2 items. That is literally guaranteed by the time they get here. They are going to have Aurora and Painted Red. I mean, they might not have Painted Red, but Painted Red versus something else isn't that much different. So, yeah, it's going to be fine. It's not going to be too bad. I remember you suffering in Ghost World. Yeah, Ghost World was not fun. Yeah, no, grinding for some of those unlockable boards can be rough too. The great thing about yeah, see that's all, we only need to do that 25 more times, or it'll probably be like 30 more times. But yeah, that's not going to be too bad to go ahead and get this quest done. It's going to be a little rough around the edges, but overall not going to be too bad. Yeah, a lot of people do hate the bosses. That's not something to easily make a setting for, at all. One of the things I've been trying to think about. I know I posted a idea question that isn't probably ever going to get out of the game. For that, but like it's one of those things where I can't make it easier. Like that is literally not on the table. It's already way too easy to do rebirths for some people. What I can do though is change it around so that instead of the time being taken in like doing Yoko, it gets taken elsewhere. And that's sort of what I'm doing. I want to do at some point. I know I made a suggestion. And I don't know how good of a suggestion, or don't know how good it would be to actually implement it. But instead of making it, instead of requiring so many bosses for Yoko, is reduce the amount of Yoko requirements, but then also reduce it so that you actually have to do Yoko before you can enter like the castle. It would be kind of a win-win situation for most people, except for the people who want to get really hyper-efficient rebirths, who are going to get annoyed because now they have to sit through Yoko without being able to multitask with like Blaze or anything else at the same time. So, yeah, honestly, once you get good pets, like you don't actually need too much tycoons for getting a few billion gems. It's actually insane how much stats you can get from pets. I'll just carry. Yeah, even if it was overall the same time, people are going, like, no matter what I do with it, someone's going to get annoyed. Either because there's too many bosses, or there's too much leveling up pets, or there's too many ghosts to collect. Someone's going to hate one of those aspects, no matter which way you dice it. The best case scenario is leaving it as close to how it was as it's possible, because not changing stuff is literally going to be what makes people not hate it the most, because if you don't change anything, no one really has any reason to complain. But yeah, at some point I do want to change it. I just need to come up with a good way to change it and a good time to change it. Yes, I do plan on grabbing spades at some point. I do just kind of want to fill up my pack first, because I'm going to be spending more time selling stuff for the remnant coins than I will be on bosses. So it's more important for me right now to be filling up my pack as much as possible and selling with XCOM than it is going to be finding bosses. It's like the Easter event. People are complaining, or not too much people are complaining, but a few people are like, hey, the Easter event could have lasted a little bit longer. And like most people are completely fine with the Easter event being done with, and if it like continued for another 2 weeks or whatever, people would have been mildly annoyed that it was like, oh, Easter event's still ongoing. Yippee. All right, let's go ahead, sell, then let's go grab spades. Yeah, we're doing a Blue Bunnies quest right now. Do we actually get to the village in time with this frame rate? I don't think we do. Oh, we do. Okay. Oh, that might actually fill up quite a bit of our pack, too. What did Captain Finsley give in the Easter event? He actually just gave keys. So... it's actually not too bad of a quest to miss. Fern actually gave the pet and board. Oh, look at that. Perfect. And then we can fast travel and sell. Go for it. Honestly, grinding, one of the things I've noticed from like other stuff is just having some consistent grind, even if it's not the most entertaining, can be kind of nice. I mean, if you want to, obviously, like I'm not the best person to ask for advice on that. It's one of those things where if you don't feel like it one day, you just cancel the stream. Is my general process. All right, let's go sell now, and then we'll fill up later. Yeah, do we have a better pack that we can buy yet? I can't remember what the next... oh, it's... yeah, okay, no, we aren't buying that anytime soon. What we can do actually is upgrade our vacuum a little bit. I mean, yeah. This should basically make us one-shot everything. Since we aren't upgrading our pack anytime soon, so might as well. Make the anomaly spawn message purple again? Yeah, everyone loved that. Oh, the amount of people that complained about the anomaly spawn message is just hilarious. Is 8 hours and 54 minutes good for your first speedrun time? Yes, actually, that's that's not actually that bad. My general speedrun, mine are like 4 hours or so is where I aim for. But like 8 hours, 54 minutes, 9 hours, not actually that bad of a time. Like that's assuming you're taking breaks in there, which is most likely, I'm assuming that's a few hours worth of breaks, in the middle. Probably also some, maybe even taking a nice nap. But yeah, since it does count like your entire time, it's not too bad. Most people, I'd say, rebirth about once every week or so on average, in terms of rate. So anything faster than that, you're doing pretty good rate-wise. One of the Ghost Sim hard mode rules is, yeah, this is my cat. She's coming running out of my bed now. No, actually, I'm allowed to use private servers. For the most part, I don't want to use them. For backdoor, I use them quite frequently. But for the most part, I generally just allowed it. Since sometimes it's just annoying to deal with other people. But yeah. Cat, show cat. Yeah, this is my cat Jazzy. she is really fiercely independent until it comes to getting her attention, and then she'll come meow at you and wait until you give her her attention. So yeah, overall she's a very normal cat, and definitely spoiled rotten. How much does she sleep? She sleeps most of the time when I'm awake. Probably, I would say she sleeps around 8 to 10 hours a day. She spends so much of the night though, just like literally annoying people that it's hilarious. It's a rare night when I don't get woken up by a cat jumping into my bed and whining for attention. Yeah, honestly, it's really hard to set up a cat camera. I don't have like infinite ports to attach cameras to my PC with. Honestly, if I were to add another camera, it would be my phone again. But like using my phone as a camera really did not work great. It was pretty messy. Actually, the funny thing is now that we've grabbed a little bit of that health, we're going to go back to grinding ghosts just because it's going to be faster to grind ghost for ectoplasm than it is bosses. Just use pre-recordings. Yeah, I don't have hours of pre-recordings of Jazzy doing stuff. Yeah, no, cats can definitely get up to the most random stuff, like eating random stuff. I know she tries to, my cat isn't very bitey. She doesn't really bite anything that she isn't supposed to. She doesn't really knock stuff off either. But I know some cats do, and so yeah, definitely try to not put your cat into a position where she can do something bad. I unboxed like forever and then I just get 4 blobs. I needed 1 and I get 4. There are some RNG aspects of this account that are just not real. Like, there we go. My cat's interested in something else, so bye. I actually sleep in the same room I stream in. Literally, one of the things is, actually, it's my room-ish. So all my stuff's in here, so this is where I stream. I actually, you guys, I think you guys can actually, no, you guys can barely not see it. So, right now, this is actually a bunk bed, ish. I think it's called loft bed, but anyways, I sleep actually just right up here. So, yeah, it's a pretty tight space. PC's underneath my bed, so I'm actually within 3 feet of where I sleep, basically, or a meter if you are in normal, human usable terms for stuff. Okay, my camera is now weird. Let me adjust this. I'm gonna blame Jazzy for that one. It's not what I wanted you to do. Alright, there we go, back to normal. But yeah, no, I'm in the same room. Also, I don't know if you can see this one. I share a room with my brother, which is kind of why my stream schedule is where it's at right now, is because I like to stream when no one else is home. Since I share a room with someone, it's best for me to stream when they aren't home. So I stream during when he was usually at school, or just basically everyone else is on the house at work and stuff. Which is why we have the current stream schedule of me doing Mondays on the worst possible time for my own time zone in most US time zones. Ouch. We're going to need to go switch zones because someone's in that. But yeah. Yeah, no, my cat would press the spacebar if the spacebar was important. So if I was playing Geometry Dash, I would 100% be in that same boat as that streamer or whatever, where the cat would just end half of my runs. I ate out of the Remnant Zone hobbies have no music. Yeah, that's an accident. I'll fix that at some point. I was not aware of that. I kind of copy-pasted some blocks over there, but apparently I copy-pasted the wrong blocks. Yeah, no, unfortunately, no music in them. It should get its music soon. I think I copy-pasted the wrong blocks. Does she usually try to eat your cables? No. Literally, the worst she'll do is she'll rub up on the corners of my laptop. She's not a very destructive cat. Oops. We should have sold before that thing popped. Yeah, no, but it's not about exiting level. It's about accidentally restarting the level. Oh, I should have been using XCOM to sell there. Oh, whatever. Not too big of an issue. Yeah, no, one of the things about like keyboards is the amount of keyboard shortcuts. Like if you hit control plus like half of the things on your keyboard, something weird's going to happen. It's so funny just how many quick things there are and how much they can just brick stuff. I know one of the common things that people accidentally do is turn off their mouse pad. Like if you're using your mouse pad or whatever, there's a really easy hotkey to press to turn it off. And then they turn it off on accident and they don't know how to turn it back on. Or their camera. There's easy ways to turn off your camera. It's just all this stuff that like is really easy to accidentally do and then you don't know how to redo it because it's just a really easy, non-obvious keyboard shortcut. Yeah, that's another reason I kind of stream at early in the day like this, is because no one else is home. There is actually on Mondays there's actually someone else home, but you know they aren't going to bother me. It isn't like my parents or anything. But yeah, no, that's half of the reason I streamed this time is to avoid other people interrupting it. Yeah, Blue Buddy gives a lot of remnant key drives. I mean, it's fine. I wasn't like that's what the rewards were written as. I wasn't. I didn't feel like unwriting those rewards because I was being lazy and out of time. But yeah, it does give you a lot of really cool stuff. I think it gives you like 5 enchanted boss gums. It gives you some enchanted loot gums. It gives you a lot of remnant key drives. There's a lot of stuff you get from it. Stream around 5:30 p.m. Yeah, for me it's 9:30 a.m. So sometimes I have to delay the stream because I'm not even awake, which happens more often than it probably should. So yeah, if you guys ever see streams and you're like, oh, this is an hour later than usual, that is me not waking up on time. It is such a bad stream time for that reason alone. Yeah, most people that actually do watch my content are in the UK. It's kind of funny because generally, people who stream, people who have YouTube content, the best time to release is generally for the American audience. So, you know, like 5:30 p.m. my time would be a better time to do it because that's when all the people in the US are awake, all the kids, all the rich people, you know, all that fun stuff. But yeah, just because I don't know, it wasn't a very opportune time for me. That's kind of what I've done. Is my audience is now all UK basically. Yeah, breaks. Yeah, a lot of time for a Rebirth speedrun is spent if you take a break. Like if you say, oh yeah, I did my Rebirth in 3 days. It's not really 3 days. It was just 3 days worth of grinding. So it may have been just like, you know, 10 to... It might have been like 2 hours a day, so it was only like a 6 hour, not a 3 day grind or whatever. Yes, today's stream started at 9:30 for me. That's my normal start time. Some days it is delayed to 10 or 10:30, but yeah, most of the time it is 9:30, like today it was. Also, we've only spent an hour and a half on today's stream, and we're already, I mean, about halfway done. We do have this one quest that that might be a little bit more time consuming, but yeah. Yep, yeah, school is one of the big things where I, honestly, I should try to get swap to a different, get a second regular stream going for something else, like maybe playing on my main account or playing miscellaneous stuff like Minecraft. But yeah, I honestly, it's one of those things that streams are not going to be, shouldn't be my priority, so I should actually just get a real job at some point. But yeah. Alright, we'll go ahead and sell. We did miss a mini boss, but whatever. It's not the end of the world missing a Spades Harbinger. As I said, we have a lot more remnant coins that we need bosses, so we're gonna be perfectly fine skipping a few bosses for some grinding on this. Yeah, I mean, one of the things I kind of want to do is set up a server-based time for Rebirths, so that you can actually see how much time you spent in-game. It's just, that's actually pretty difficult to go ahead and do. So might be a while before that actually happens. But it would be, I think it would make it a lot more interesting if like there was a server-based time for some of it, where you could just keep track of how much time you spent in game. Obviously, it would be cheesable. I think the main timer that we have right now is good. But yeah. Yeah, no. I think for most people, it's good that for most people that do watch my streams, they obviously prefer the stream time I normally watch at. Otherwise, they wouldn't normally watch my streams. But switching over from this time to a different time, or having 2 different times that I stream, would definitely allow new people to join streams easier, since they'd be able to be like, oh yeah, much better. I know there's some people that, or quite a few people that would watch my streams if I did them later. It's just they wouldn't really be aware that I'm doing them because they'd be irregular. Like if I made a schedule to always stream on, like, I don't know, Saturdays at 4 p.m. my time till like 7 p.m. or something like that, and made that a regular thing, like I have my Monday streams regular, people would show up. It's just anytime outside of when other people are home, I generally like to leave that time free just in case there's other plans, like, I don't know, we're going to go do work on a car, or going to go play family games or whatnot. But yeah. So it's generally best for me to just not have stuff scheduled then, so yeah. Alright, we're going to call that good for this boss, and then we're going to go sell and stuff, since we kind of do need remnant coins. Yeah, yesterday the reason why, nah. Yeah, I was grown up, raised, I guess, is the way to phrase that, with the idea of keeping a good sleep schedule. So my sleep schedule right now, even though, like, I am technically, I was like a college student, you know, with lots of stuff going on. My sleep schedule was like meticulous, like not even that bad. It was like go to sleep at 12 p.m. at the latest, but generally somewhere between 10 p.m. and 12 a.m. I guess it's not p.m. Yeah, go to sleep between 10 p.m. and 12 a.m. And then wake up somewhere around 7 to 8 or 8 to 9 a.m. And so it was actually a really good sleep schedule, which was kind of weird for being a college student, being like, oh yeah, I have an actually good sleep schedule. Over here in the US, we call that military time, and no one uses it. But yeah, no, 24 hour, I mean, it's definitely a lot clearer, but, I mean, actually, I wonder where Spade's Harbinger is at, health-wise. I guess we can go sell and go check on it. No, we'll fill up one pack and then go sell. But yeah, it's a lot more clear, but like, honestly, PM, AM, people are used to it. I mean, it is 5:22 p.m. It honestly, it's not too confusing to understand what it means. Most people would understand what it means. It's just one of those things that people aren't used to it. Oh, you're still full health? Okay. I am really bad with dates. Like, if someone told me their birthday, I would forget it very quickly. Actually, I have. People tell me their birthday for like school stuff, and they're like, "Oh," I'm like, "Okay, cool." I don't write it down in a calendar. I don't do anything. It just goes. I mean, most forgotten day, I mean, unless it's a joke of some sort for like February 29th. But yeah. Honestly, there's not something I'm super aware of. Bridge, caverns, jungle, underwater. Yeah, no, I don't know where Spades Harbor's near. I never grind this boss. Ever. So, my general method for finding stuff is to hamster around until I do. It's not a very great system. Alright. We have about 1.5 hours left in this stream. I don't actually know if... Actually, no. We should be able to get this quest done today, and then we should at least be able to get Remnant King done. Actually, no. We should be able to get everything done. Like, it's only unboxing. Like... In theory, we could just take a break right now and go do all of the unboxing for Remnant King and Remnant Blaze. Or, I guess it's just Blaze. Yeah, there we are. We're done with the bosses. We'll go ahead and sell. And yeah, now all we need to do is just get a tiny wee bit more Remnant coins. Only a small 47 million Remnant coins. The funny thing is that's only like 10 million gems. So even though it seems like a lot, it's really nothing to most people. It's just like quests already give us like 5 million at a time, so it's not too bad. Yes, instead of having like anomaly spawns where it has every single biome as a spawn, it does only have those 4, so that does make it a little bit easier to memorize. But yeah. Yes, yeah. Most people that are in Remnant Zone are able to do this, or maybe not most people, but most people that play the game a little bit are able to do this quest much quicker than I am. I have literally, I think I've said this, I have pretty much the worst set of pets that people are going to realistically have. Pretty much the only way to have worse stats in this is to not do Shelly. Like, that is pretty much the only way to have worse pet stats than what I have right now while doing this quest. So, it's not too much of a surprise that I'm struggling. No, trading, I'm not allowed to trade, which is pretty much exactly what you'd expect. So I can't just give myself overpowered stats or whatever. Can't just give myself all the gum I need to play the game. It's anti-cheat stuff. Same thing with like codes. Yeah. Yeah, rules are in the description. But yeah, it's a pretty obvious rule. A lot of the rules are pretty obvious, like no game passes. No, didn't really need to explain that one too much. But yeah. Am I allowed event bait? Yes, I'm allowed to use gum. I'm allowed to use event bait. I'm allowed to use pretty much anything I get my hands on. It's just one of the funny things about this is you get so much event bait on this. I have 123 event bait. And this is after I burned over 150 for doing like UUs and Gramps quests. It's an absolutely ridiculous amount of event bait you get in this game. And you have literally no use for it, because why would you ever event bait in this game? There's no reason to really event bait ever. Yeah. There's a lot of people that have like suggested stuff like no hoverboards, no gum, and it's one of those things like, yes, I could have that, but like adding no gum rule to this challenge, we would still be in Ghost World if that was the case. Like there are some places that just would make it just impossible to progress. It is okay, maybe not still in Ghost World, but we'd still be on Rebirth 1 easily. We'd be progressing basically half as fast for some stuff, like getting pack upgrades and whatnot. It would just be super slow. You event bait for Yoko? Yeah, but I've only done Yoko twice on this account. It's not a something that I can really easily just, you know, burn for. Yeah, no pets? Yeah, that's one that's no one's doing. Like, some people suggest like, oh yeah, no upgrading your pack or vacuum. And it's like, no, that is pretty much required to progress through the game. Yeah, no, you can't really progress without upgrading your pack and back, at least legitimately. Technically speaking, there are ways to cheese that by just using like halfway vacuuming ghosts and then upgrading stuff and whatnot, but and then letting someone else deal with it. But for the most part, you're better off just not doing obscene challenges like that and keeping it realistic. I find challenges where there's like there's a reasonable progress bar a lot funner than something where it's like, oh yeah, I have to go spend now, I don't know, 105 hours to go ahead and make the next pet or whatever. Yeah, those are the challenges that I don't like to see in games. Like, it's like, okay, yeah, cool. 105 hours for basically nothing. Yeah, that's very interesting to watch and play. Yeah, no, Gatekeeper is one of those quests you are required to do in Ghost Simulator. You are also required to go ahead and do Yoko and Blaze and also Adam. So those are the three that you are required to go ahead and do. Or at least for most of the game's history. There was a brief time when you didn't actually need to do Blaze, and therefore you only actually needed to do developers in it, in the Void, and Gatekeeper, but for most of the game you have to do Yoko and Gabe and Adam. Gabe? No, Yoko and Blaze and Adam. Yeah, if you guys ever want to do your own challenges, you guys definitely can try to. But one of the things is this is the challenge I made, and it's just one of those things like I'd much rather do stuff I do than try out every single trying a lot of random other challenges. Like that's an interesting idea, but it would still be somewhat slow. Not too slow, but it'd still be somewhat a pain. The biggest one would actually be when it comes to leveling up pets, like for Yoko and whatnot. Since you can't level up 3 at a time, you'd have to level up 2 individually. You'd have to go back to earlier areas to level up. It would be kind of a hassle to do level up quests. Alright, we're actually, honestly, we've made pretty good progress on this quest. It's, like, even though this is a difficult quest, it's like, realistically, this is much better than some other quests we've done on this account, so not too much to actually complain about. It's maybe an hour worth of time spent. I've done quests where it's taken me 5-6 hours to do them, so not even that bad. And like at the same time, you're also getting, I think, a pretty good reward. If I remember correctly, you're getting what? Oh, 10x gum. Okay. Maybe not a great reward. Definitely not the 5 boss gum that you get from some other quests. Addicted to Ghost Sim. I might try no vacuums and packs of pets. Yeah, new account. Yeah, that would definitely go over well. No, yeah, you're going to be stuck forever. Alright, let's also go ahead and equip some of that X-Gum, because we are going to be getting more of this. Yeah, actually, I did try to get boards before I rebirthed or whatever, but I didn't make it a real big point to go ahead and actually get all of the boards from all the board crates before I rebirthed. I didn't feel like it was super important. It wasn't like pets where it is pets will help you progress. It was just more boards are kind of there more than anything else. So yeah, I kind of just ignored it. That would be kind of funny. I think that would, I think gum in general is kind of, in a weird spot right now where it's kind of no one actually, like, most people don't actually care about gum as quest rewards. But yeah, that actually is a pretty cool idea. Well, I don't think it'll get implemented. But yeah, it's not a bad idea. Oh wow, we should actually be able to do, I just realized, guys, we can be doing this. That took me forever to realize we could be making use of this journal teleport. The thing about event bait is that it's actually really hard for people to collect it with outside of quests. Like, there is, I think, just a okay. There are 2 ways to get it outside of quests, one of which is so stupid, like the infinite quest, that no one is going to do it. And the other one being the Ghostly Vision, which requires you to have a Rebirth perk for. So overall, it's not really a good idea to have it as a quest requirement. Since, like, some people just aren't going to be able to get it at all. But yeah, it is definitely one of those things where having extra uses for it would be kind of nice. Let's go sell really quick before we run out of time. I'll be thinking here waiting for, yeah. I think event bait is one of those things that just kind of got, it was a cool concept right when it was added, and then people have been given more and more and more until, like, no one bats an eye when a quest gives you 20 event bait. It is just so, you get so much event bait, no one even cares anymore. Like, as I said, I've used over 200 event bait on this account. And I have plenty more where that came from. And I've ran out like once, and that was for doing Yuus, and that is it. Alright, we'll go ahead, so with that. But yeah, we have 2 more cells, actually 2 in like a little bit. And then we should be done with this quest. We will have used all of our enchanted and glitchy X-Gum, but we are going to get 5 enchanted X-Gums back, so it will be pretty much a net 0, or 0, net, it's actually a net gain overall for the quest. And we, of course, we get the quest done, so we're able to progress further into the quest line too. So overall, win-win. We still keep the 100 million remnant coins we've grinded, so you know, it's not too bad of a quest line overall. It's not like we're spending 100 million remnant coins to upgrade a pack that we don't even need, like we would in some other quests. All right, bye, York. Alright, there we go. And yeah, once we're done selling this pack, we'll need to grab like 3 ghosts and then sell without any XCM, and we should be done with the quest. Actually, for anyone keeping track, this took like an hour, correct? Actually, it took less than an hour, didn't it? Skipping the cooldown on a Mega Boss is kind of redundant. Like, no, that's just something that should be automatic in summary cases. Like, that's not really good use. Also, saving a minute isn't really worth an event bait. One of the ideas I've had is if, like, everyone in a server is inside the, ring, that'll auto-start it. But, again, that's not the easiest thing to program. But it would definitely be pretty helpful for most people who are doing, like, Mega Bosses. For now, the timers have been slightly reduced. I did reduce it from a full, like, minute for, like, Great Guardian, Boss Bow, and Remnant Guardian down to 30 seconds for each of those. Final Boss still is the full minute since it is a longer boss fight, so it's not as meaningful to have it as a shorter timer. But yeah, for the most part, it really... Alright, we need to grab this ghost and we need to go. Alright, we need to grab like 6 ghosts, and we should be good. Alright, that should be enough. That was, in fact, not enough. Guess I need like 4/10 of my pack, don't I, to get this quest, so, yeah, these ghosts should be enough. There we go. Alright, there we go, done with that quest. Now we need to move on to this quest, which looks pretty easy. Actually, this is where we get the 5 enchanted boss gums. That is actually ridiculous. So yeah, this is actually a very easy quest. All it requires us to do is like vacuum like 20 ghosts. It's probably the low-key the easiest quest in the entire quest line. But yeah. Why are we grabbing this boss? Because I feel like it? I don't know. So, sometimes I just do bosses because they're there. I do this on my main account too. Also, how much loot bags are we at for some of this stuff? 34 State Harbinger loot bags? We have a ridiculous amount of those. Alright, we'll go ahead and fast travel, sell. We're going to go ahead and equip this for no reason other than I like to have a gum equipped, and I don't want something super expensive equipped. Alright, 21 gem trolls, 12 caterpillars, and 9 cave ninjas. Shouldn't be too bad. unless we do that multiple times. Okay, we should be getting it done with... Yeah, and the next quest after this will be a obby quest, and then after that it'll be obby quest, and then it'll be an obby... No. After that, I think it's a boss quest after this next obby, and then it'll be back to some more random stuff. But yeah, overall, that should probably... We're probably done with the hardest quest, so we're probably about 30 minutes away from actually completing this quest line. And then once we're done with that, we'll go do the unboxing that I need to go and do. Wow, there's a lot of caterpillar ghosts. How long do I think main hub will take with all quest lines complete? And no, I would say somewhere around... Well, it depends whether or not you have help, because you could vacuum a ghost. It depends whether you're allowed to use, like, vacuum gum. Actually, probably doesn't even matter. Probably somewhere around 1,000,000 hours or so. Yeah, 1,000,000 hours or so would probably be a pretty fair estimate for that. Like, the thing is, once you start getting to some of those later ghosts, it's going to start to take, like, I don't know, a few hundred hours per ghost or whatever, and you'll need to get multiple ghosts for just, like, one quest line. Alright, no help, no gum? Yeah, maybe 1,000,000, probably, maybe even 1,000,000,000 hours. Because vacuuming one ghost, yeah, yeah. 2 million each. Yeah, you're going to run into some issues pretty quick. It isn't actually I think 3.5 million is the biggest pack in there, so it's like 2,000, or 200,000 or whatever. Yeah, actually, it's 100,000 for the Explorer Ghost and 150,000 for the, is it 150 million? No, it's 1,000. For the penguins. But yeah, that's still going to take a couple hundred hours per few thousand years. Yeah, it's not something. Oh, I'm going to go do that overnight, or over the weekend, or something like that. That is a yeah, no. Better dedicate a supercomputer AI to hold your to keep track of your intelligence as you embark on that endeavor. And Friday, I'm going to rebut. Yeah, it's not a. I don't think you understand that you aren't getting through sewer within a few months. Like, I think by the time sewer comes up, you're taking like 3 or 4 minutes per ghost, and you need to get like 10 to 12 ghosts from there. And so you're just there for 3 to 4 hours for one quest. That's not even taking into account the fact that you have, literally have to do, what's his name? Gramps. You have to do Gramps in a junkyard. It's not going to be, it's not going to be as easy as you think it is. And even if you're saying a few thousand years, it's going to be more difficult than that. And if it's more difficult than a few thousand years, oh, that's ridiculous. Anyways, let's go do this obby. Nope, they don't affect speed for bosses, but I mean, 100 bosses is not an easy endeavor. Alright, let's just go do really quickly, go do this entire thing. Obby. Scientist in sewer? Okay, now we need to go do the bosses. Let's go find Spades. I have no idea where Spades is, so, we'll just go run through all the zones. There's Spades there. No Spades there. No Spades. Ah, he's already defeated. Alright, let's go hop, see what we can find in Backdoor for Anomaly, and then we'll grab Grim and Ghost World, and then we'll come back here for Spades, because I feel like swapping to other worlds will be a little bit more interesting at this point. Reading the dialogue? Yeah, we don't read dialogue here. I've stopped reading dialogue so long ago, it's not even funny. I've literally read more dialogue as a developer than I have as a player of the game. It's pretty bad. We are going to go ahead and use event bait now. Anomaly has arrived. It's probably, if I had to guess, in the barn. So we'll head that way. Yeah, actually, music is one of those things in the game that we don't really have anyone for. And I don't know the best way to how to add music to the game. Yeah, see, look, it's over here in the barn. Look at that. Music sort of struggles. Same thing with like sound effects. I don't know the best way to add sound effects. I think Roblox catalog is generally where we have stuff from, but I don't know the general process for doing that. So it just kind of might be a while. I copy paste stuff when it comes to music. I don't know how to officially add the music or where to find it or any of that stuff. Hi, what do you think about the Brawl Stars Godzilla event? I think it's okay. I think it's a cool idea. I think the amount of bugs that exist in that game mode is potentially a bit too much. When you have brawlers that can literally deal 6x damage with a gadget, when you have brawlers that can soft lock the enemy, yeah, it's a bit weird. I think also mutations, the fact that they're obtained through eggs, is definitely a bit strange, especially when they aren't all the same strength. When you have stuff like buzzes, which is just useless, versus something like ticks, which is like 3x your head spawns. Like, my goodness, that is so powerful. And then, yeah, it's weird. I think the balance could have been a little bit better. I know it's meant to be not really a balance thing, but I don't know. Once they get those bugs patched, and if it'd be quite a bit better. But the fact that you get random mutations, some people are just going to struggle to get good mutations. Like, the only mutation I have is the buzz one. I literally would have taken anything else other than that. But no. Anyways, other than that, I think it's a cool idea to have events like that. It's one of those things I don't care too much. It is going to be what it is. No, that's the thing. Music in game, it's not something that I can just go out and get my own music. And it's not make my own music either, because Ghost Sim, there's a certain level of quality that's needed for stuff to be added to Ghost Sim. And music isn't something I have I could add. I just don't have the quality that's needed for actually doing that. I barely have what it takes for decals and stuff in the game. Let's go ahead and use another one. I think this one spawns over in... Yep. No, I don't really watch new movies ever. Like even movies that are like popular that came out 2 or 3 years ago, I haven't watched. It's just, I'm not really a fan of watching movies, ever really. Released early in April. Yeah, I never go to theaters to watch stuff either, so yeah. Did I play Roblox on? I played around 20 games of it, so not really played it. I was obviously a developer of Ghost Sim at the time, so I was kind of busy with Ghost Sim stuff. But like, as a whole, it wasn't actually too bad. I think people are obviously hating on it more just because they liked Akon. I don't think it was too bad. I think the game selection obviously could have been better. I don't think anyone can argue with that. But like, it's one of those things that getting 100 games, quality games for a Roblox is not a super easy thing to do, even if you spend time to do it. But yeah. Can I give you pets? I generally don't give out pets or free stuff on my main account, especially when I'm doing stuff like this on stream. It's just not. It's not something I'm doing right now, and it's not something that I'm going to remember to do after the stream ends. Generally, when the stream ends, I like to close all of my Ghost Sim stuff and go do something else to give myself a little bit of a break. So yeah, generally not something I'll agree to on stream. Leon mutation versus Hank mutation? Yeah. Yeah, the quality of these mutations are not great. Got 74 badges? Yeah, I got like 22, something like that. $114 years. Yeah, 114 years straight of vacuuming ghosts. Assuming you did your math correct, which is kind of unlikely. I feel like you might be missing a few quests. Yeah, no, definitely don't blame people for not playing the hunt. It wasn't the best ever. Donate 100 pugs for 100 subs? Yeah. More like delete 100 bucks for 100 subs. Am I right? No. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should figure out something cool for 2,000 subscribers, because I'm not like super near that. I'll probably hit it at sometime next year. I'm not actually gaining subscribers too fast. There's definitely like, this is probably the slowest I've been gaining subscribers. It's not a very fast thing, but whatever. Pet giveaway at 2K. Yeah, maybe I'll try to do another. I know people at Deadpool specifically like that hide and go seek thing. But yeah. Oh, I calculate. Okay, so you used my rough estimate of 1 million hours to figure out how many years it took. Yeah. I'm not going to say that 100 million hours was accurate. That was a random number I shouted. So yeah, good luck. Again, I'm not in charge of adding music to the game. That's not something I can say will get added. That is more something other developers would do. I am, in terms of creative, I am not in charge of adding creative stuff like models, pet sports, none of that stuff. I'm in charge of like getting for instance. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're not biased at all for that hide and go seek stuff. But yeah, now that you can join people in other servers, actually, in one of the updates upcoming, I think it's like 2 months out, I plan on actually adding it so you can join people in private servers. So I might be able to do some hide and go seek in non-main hub servers, which would be interesting, I think. Again, that would take it requiring me to actually have that implemented, which is going to take a few updates, obviously, as it's not in yet. But yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah, I'd rather not have other people know my address, like, ever. Well, the thing is, the buskin in the update, like in the club buskin versus the buskin in the shop, versus like, you know, other stuff, it's actually quite different. It's a red one versus a normal one versus a black one that you can get in eggs. Like it's a pretty random thing. All right, there we go. I think we'll go ahead and sell right now with basic XCOM. Just because we have it. Guys, don't start looking for my actual address. That's actually kind of weird. I know he's saying that. I was just going to encourage you guys to do it more, but it's, you most likely, you almost certainly can't find it. But don't even try. It's going to be kind of strange. Oh yeah, just go to Washington and knock on every house you see. Yeah, that will definitely work. There's a reason that's illegal. Doxing people and revealing real life information about people on the internet is actually illegal. Like, very illegal. It's, I'm not sure the exact like rules on it, but it is against the law to do that. And it's definitely against like pretty much anything on the internet's policy. I actually like to have the sun, so we leave the window open. Yeah, I mean, I understand most of the people. If you guys are talking about it in my live chat, you guys aren't actually serious about it. It's the people that don't talk about it that I'd be worried about actually doing it. It's not too harmful. Yeah, IP address. Surely you guys know what that is. Surely that would be helpful. I'm fairly sure IP address isn't actually even that helpful for locating, especially like since it does kind of change quite a bit. But yeah. All right, there we go. Done with Grim. We'll go ahead and sell again with basic XCOM because we have a bajillion of it, and we might as well. And then we'll head back to Remnant Zone and grab the Spades Harbingers. You can track someone's Wi-Fi, which will lead to the house. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys have the know-how to do that. Name it something simple. Probably something like, no boost ghost sim account or something like that. Or no boost. Or boostless or something like that. Boostless GS mode. Alright, nope, none of that. None of that. I am... Nope, nothing. The funny thing is I'm actually on a second story, it's a second story window, so there's actually not really an easy way to look into it, so, yeah. No one steal my account name, please. Maybe you shouldn't have asked me to publicly, come up with the name. If you didn't want it to get stolen. I mean, actually, we might as well be using basic XCOM to go ahead and sell with. Alright, let's go ahead, use vent bait. I believe the next spawn is the underwater one. The thing is, like, Ghost Sim's already kind of a RPG. That's really, realistically, with how much lore, dialogue, NPCs it has you do, it fits a lot better into the RPG category than you'd think. But yeah, it's as a tower defense, that would be actually tower defense would be interesting. Wouldn't it? Yeah, that'd actually be interesting. I wonder. I would probably. It'd be probably stupid to try to code that into Ghost Sim right now. But yeah, with ghosts attacking, we have bosses. There's actually quite a bit of stuff that can be done with that. It probably won't ever be a thing. Like that's. I think with Ghost Simulator, the plan for the main developers is that it never gets spun off into like a Ghost Sim 2 or anything like that. Or just because like that kind of ruins the uniqueness of the game by spinning it off into a million things, especially with it like not being super popular. It really doesn't make too much sense to make a bajillion things out of it, but yeah, it would be kind of interesting. New stuff in the clothing store? Yeah, yeah. The 1% out of every like 1% of people that actually checks the clothing store on a regular basis. Now the clothing store is, I don't know, it's one of those things I'm not really in charge of. I don't think that is something I can even change, like adding stuff on sale in the Bloxbyte store or anything like that. But yeah. How do you become a tester? Testers, there'll be applications when the game needs more testers. Right now, I don't think we need more testers. But when you fill that out, the devs, I'm not going to be the one looking through those for the record. We'll be looking for people that play the game regularly, helpful. So if you are active in the community, and then knowledgeable about the game. So, basically looking for people that can actually help test, that actually know the way around the game. Sometimes they're looking for also people who don't actually haven't played the game a lot, and that'd be specifically for when we need like testing like the new stuff that we add, like the changes to like Ghost World or Main Hopper stuff that we've done recently. Then new people would be nice, but for most of the time we are looking for the people who have played the game pretty regularly and are pretty knowledgeable about it. Yep, yeah, no, it's really, that's what most people are going into the clothing store. They're either walking into accident because they have no idea what it is, or they grabbing those mini pets because they aren't aware that you only need to grab 66% of them for the puzzle. Yeah, but yeah, true fact, most of the ghosts in the pet hunt puzzle are actually useless. You only need to find 30 of the 45 that are hidden. Yeah, that makes the puzzle so much better than it already is. Oh, that puzzle's horrendous. Do they normally post on Discord when they're looking for testers? Yes. There is a small non-zero chance that the devs hire testers without applications, but I think that's very low right now. Especially with new devs. Most of the times that they have done that was when they had old devs, and it was just because, oh yeah, that person makes sense as tester. For instance, for myself, I didn't apply. I was just like, oh yeah, you want to be a tester, and it was like, yeah, because you know I was quite well known in the community. People knew my name. But most of the time it's going to be through those applications, and it's going to be those people that are active, helpful, and involved in the community. You only need 66%? Yeah, you only need to click a small fraction of the actual pet, or relatively small fraction of the pets in that puzzle. So, yeah, it's a pretty horrendous puzzle. Better slightly, like ever so slightly better than the one in Ghost World, but like Ghost World's literally trash. So can't really not really a great comparison where you're comparing it against a worse puzzle. Yeah, probably. I mean, most of us. There are some people that actually, for the wiki, go through each quest line for all the dialogue, but those people are rare and far in between. Yeah, except you really need more than 3. I mean, yes, you... Okay. Yes, you only need to do Blaze, or Gatekeeper, Agent Blaze, and the question mark NPC. But to do those, you also need to go do, Yoko, Ghost Hunter, Adam, all the Void developers, and yeah, so it's not just 3 NPCs. And yeah, you don't need to do Leo. It's Yoko, and you also need to do question mark, and you actually need to do Void ones, and you need to do Adam. It's a lot more than you're thinking. Yeah, I assume that you meant Leo, Yoko instead of Leo, but yeah. Don't have to finish them so it doesn't count. Yeah, it kind of does count. Like if you want to say it doesn't matter if you finish them, you can just say, oh yeah, you don't need to finish Yoko so he doesn't count. You don't need to finish Blaze so he doesn't count. And now all of a sudden you have to do 0 NPCs to Rebirth in the game. And we all know that's not how this works. There's literally no NPC you need to completely complete. Or actually, other than Gatekeeper. Gatekeeper is the one NPC you do need 100% complete to Rebirth in the game. Every other NPC is actually completely optional for the last quest. Or last few quests in case of some of them. I mean, you need to complete their first quest, you don't need to complete their second quest. Okay, let's go grab a enchanted Lucky Gum really quick. And then we'll go 14 and 15. And then we'll try to go get the Godlies from 14 and 15. $1,000, 250, 200, 200. There we go. And no, we didn't get any. Got 0 enchanted Lucky Gum. Alright, whatever. We'll go to backdoor really quick and see if we can convert anything in there for some glitchy Lucky Gum. But yeah. Yes, Enchanted is better than Glitchy, but Glitchy is a lot easier for us to go ahead and get. Like, we're going to spend, I don't know, like... It's going to be a lot easier for us to get in Glitchy than Enchanted, so... We're going to go ahead and do this. How am I doing today? Actually, today is pretty nice. Doing these streams is always kind of relaxing since I'm able to just, you know, have fun. One of the things is for like next update for Ghost Sim, I may have just a tiny bit too much stuff on my plate. I should be able to get most of it done, but yeah, there's some stuff that's like, okay, maybe I should probably relax a little bit of the requirements for that update, because the thing is, it's not like anything that's actually going to be super noticeable. Is like most of the stuff that I'm doing is already done that most people are going to care about. So it's just going to be okay, whatever. We don't care. Look, we didn't even get any items, so it didn't matter. All right, that was one glitchy loot gum. We'll go ahead and convert that. That should be probably around, take as much time as you, yeah, nah, it's not too much of an issue. Yes, you can actually get 100% free to play. 3-4 updates ago, one of my first updates, I made it so that the pack is no longer, the starter pack is no longer required for 100% game completion. The thing is that is required though is going to be all the mythicals from Ghostly Vision, or from the Remnant Guardian and Great Guardian thing. We got like no items. That was rough. All right. The reason we got no items is obviously because we have a 0 FPS computer right now. But yeah. Hello, Uranus. Yeah. Probably should not have said that name out loud. Anyways. Yeah, no, I do recognize that name. There are some people that are like really old for my channel. It's like, oh yeah, I recognize the name. That's one of them. I think it's mainly because you've chatted a few times in the Discord, but yeah, other than that though, it's... I didn't even like really have any of those videos for this is so stupid. Like, we're still in the game. We can still like, you know, okay, there we go. I've been thinking about it. The thing is, like, getting some of those mythicals is just going to be a pain. Like, even on my main account, I have gotten one of those mythicals. Roblox, just stop being weird. I'm perfectly fine connected to the internet on everything else. So I might go for something like 98, 99% game completion, but I'm not going for the full 100% game completion. I just feel like it'll take a little bit too long to go for all those mythicals. It's probably like, I don't know, 40 to 50 hours per. How do you get 250 keys in the events? Oh, that's actually pretty easy. Like the last event, it was like 4 hours per, or it was like 4 keys per like 7-8 minutes of grinding. It was, even for free to play, it took like, I don't know, like 10 hours at most. Like completely free to play. And if you bought like the event pass, it would take like half that time. So it was fairly easy to actually get 250 mythicals. 500 keys was actually pretty easy in that event. Like that was like 12 hours. Uh, 250 key mythicals. I just call them 250 mythicals because it's much easier, but yeah. I would spend less than 10 minutes grinding a day. I feel like that's a pretty good amount. Anything less than 3 hours of grinding, are you really getting the full ghost? Yeah. No, there's... Yeah, honestly, 3 hours a day is a pretty good... I like that. It's pretty easy to schedule out that much time in a day. But it also allows you quite a bit of time to get stuff done. It's pretty much the perfect time for one rebirth. 3 hours is a pretty good benchmark. At least for me. But yeah, no, it's honestly really up to you. Obviously, I'm just trolling about that account. But yeah. Alright, I need to go ahead and hopefully get a lucky gem this time so I can stop worrying about the stupid... Because, like, right now we're literally just getting this to get one lucky gum. There we go, one lucky gum. That's a large variety of gum. But anyways, we're just doing that so we have one lucky gum to go use while we're unboxing. Ideally, right now, we go use that one lucky gum, unbox the Godly from Pet Crate 16, unbox the Godly from Pet Crate 15, unbox the Godly from Pet Crate 14. Just like, boom, boom, boom. we'll probably... Yeah, we'll probably start with trying to get the Godly from Pet Crate 16 with crate keys. Once we get that, we'll switch to the Godly from 15 with crate keys, since those are going to be the expensive ones to get, and then switch to gems once we run out of crate keys for that one, and then swap to the last one if any time we have left for gems. Anyways. Alright. Let's go clean up our pet inventory first, because I know that thing's been a mess. Mass trash, select all. Anything in here I want to keep? I probably want to keep some of this, just in case. Okay, my inventory is looking like it should be pretty good to clean it up now. Trash all of that. And now we should be good to go ahead and, I should be able to get up to 97, 98% fairly easy. Alright, let's go equip that, Lucky Gum. Set up our pets. And then go get that Godly from Pet Crate 16. I did not mean to use all of my gems on that. Oh, we actually got the Godly. Alright, we still have gem crate keys left, so we'll go ahead and use this one. And then we'll burn the rest of our gems, because every time you use crate keys, you'll accidentally click the purchase with gems option. Ideally, we also actually will get a ding pretty much no matter what on this crate. Alright, that was interesting. But yeah, we do have now most of the stuff that we need. Hopefully we got both the Godlies from 16. Actually, no, I don't know if we got the Godly from Pet Crate 16 yet, because technically that would have required us to, we could have got the ding from having gotten 2 legendaries. So I guess, yeah, we got 2 legendaries, not the Godly. Didn't get a Godly from there. We'll go to Remnant Zone. Yeah, we'll probably just go unbox. Hopefully get those 3 rares really quickly. So we need to get 3 rares or better from here. Obviously, we're probably going to need to switch to crate keys since we are really low on those. Or really low on gems since we spent all 100 on the most expensive pet crate on accident. Yeah, I think we're going to have to go spend some crate keys. Fortunately, we do have some basic gum. We'll go ahead and use that with this, as otherwise it is going to be kind of a waste. Use that. Alright, pet crate 14. Honestly, with crate key luck and the luck that we have from 1.5x Lucky Gum, we should actually be able to pretty easily get some rares, I hope. The idea is not to go spam through them too much. Goodness. Okay, maybe it isn't as easy to get a rare as I was thinking. Might have to do some gem grinding here. Triple unboxes Game Pass. Okay, there's one. I've been thinking about adding better unboxing. There we go. Finally got something. Oh, of course it's the godly. Alright, whatever. We take that godly and we'll run. We still need one more rare or better pet for the quest. So hopefully we get that pretty soon. There we go. I just burned 4 crate keys for that. Alright, there we go. Now that we have that done, actually, we're almost, we have what, 40 crate, no, we have 50 crate keys now. We could almost cheese it without any of the glitchy and just use enchanted. 45 Cheshires, 15 pigs, 50,000 rems into gems. Anyways, we have about 5 minutes left. I thought we'd be able to finish up this questline today, but obviously questline took a little bit longer than I was expecting, mainly due to the 100 million remnant tokens, which, of all the quests, I mean, it's actually not, it was not too bad. It's about a 4-hour questline, looking like, so overall not the worst. Hoverboard shop like there is in Ghost World. Yeah, there'll eventually be a hoverboard shop in Remnant Zone. Why can you only stream 3 hours? That's what I like to stream. I like to be consistent at only streaming 3 hours. There's really no reason why I can only stream 3 hours. There have been times where I've done another 30 minutes or whatever. For finishing up stuff, but for the most part, I like to be pretty consistent. I don't like to. I don't like to do 10-hour streams or stuff like that. The gravity, it's actually slightly lower gravity than main hub. It's like 10% lower or whatever. And honestly, if you have the hoverboard or if you're using the mushrooms and aren't super laggy, but if you are super laggy, you're not making it anywhere. It isn't too bad. But yeah, also once you get the jetpack, it becomes quite a bit easier. If you make sure if you are struggling, grab the jetpack from Riley. It takes about an hour to get, and it'll save you so much time navigating. Yeah. I try to be a little bit more reasonable with my streams. 3 hours has just been my base. It's been my go-to time. Honestly, it's like me starting at 9:30. It's like, why would you start at 9:30? Why not start at 9 or 10? It's just like when I like to start. It's a good time. Nothing really ever other than that. The funny thing about it is that most of the lag you guys will see on my stuff is not my internet actually lagging. It's my computer itself lagging. So even if it looks like I have like really insane ping, it's just because my computer isn't actually processing fast. Like my internet's still perfectly fine. It's just the computer handling that connection isn't fine. Like if I want to, I can literally watch whatever stream stuff at the same time as I play games, and my internet's fine. It's actually my PC that starts to be like, hey, no, our graphics units cannot handle you watching a game, watching a movie, and playing a game at the same time. Internet's fine. Get a gaming PC. At some point, I will probably buy a gaming PC. I realistically, I'm spending so much of my time gaming or doing other stuff. That's worth it. It's just I really need to get a actual like good paying job. Actually, honestly, Ghost Sim development isn't terrible, but it's more of like a part-time job than anything else. Like if I got a job in like my field, the minimum like realistic stuff that I'm getting paid, since I am in Washington and I am in tech field, like literally starting out it's like 60,000 minimum per year or whatever, which is just insane when you think about it. The amount of gaming PCs you could buy with that. Did you see the news about people that make internet 1.4 million times faster? No, I have not. No, I don't actually need donations. That's the thing about YouTube and stuff. I don't need monetary stuff. I am perfectly fine. I'm not in need of money. I live at home with my parents. I don't literally need anything. If I wanted to buy a game PC, I could. It's just, I think it's better for me to not buy a gaming PC when I don't have a good stable income. Otherwise, I'm going to start buying a gaming PC. I'm going to buy other stuff I can't really afford, but I can afford it. I'm not in debt for anything. I went to parents pretty much paid for my college. No, parents did pay for my college experience. It's not like I'm in student debt like half the rest of the American people are. I don't need money. It's just I need money before I can spend money more thing. No, I said don't. Also, if you guys do donate, I'm fairly sure the donation thing won't pop up for whatever reason. I think I need to like open it every single time I want to do a stream. It's one of those things that, like, liking videos and whatnot is not something that people actually think about. Like, when was the last time you watched a YouTube video and liked it? I never like YouTube videos. I just watch them. I like it when I watch them, but like I don't remember to like click the like button. It's not in my it does pretty much nothing, and it's hard to remember to do it. Yeah, getting a call from your bank is always a little bit strange. I wouldn't grind 8 hours per day. That's a lot of time investment for something that isn't going to progress beyond like day 3, realistically. Like there's a reason my challenges isn't like super hard. Like Ninja Wars, for instance, one of the other people that does Ghost Sim content every once in a while, made like a really difficult challenge with like a lot more rules, and it's just one of those things that people are like, hey, why don't you try that? And it's like, I don't want to be spending forever doing stuff. I want it to be a challenge, but not impossible. But yeah, I would say not 8 hours. I'd say something like 1 to 2 hours. Realistically, if you want to put in a decent chunk of time into it. I don't think it should be a 8-hour grinds per day. I don't think anything else in your life would benefit from spending that much time on it. But yeah. I mean, it's like Labor Day in the US. We have a day that's called Labor Day and everyone gets it off. Despite it literally being for people who do work and whatnot. Like an entire holiday to celebrate people doing labor, and no one does any labor. No, but the idea is to like actually have a, you know, it makes sense when you think about it. Alright, once I finish this quest, that will be the end of the stream. I know we've gone a little bit over because I needed to finish up this one quest. Actually, we'll probably even do the second quest just because it's fairly easy too. Since it's going to be an obby quest. And then we'll finish up with 16, 17, 18, 19, 21 next week, so... Yeah, don't, guys, don't. I would legitimately cry. Like, no, that's... Don't. Any more... Don't. I don't need the money. I literally don't need the money. Yeah, no, don't do that. Honestly, if I wanted money, all I'd go do is actually legitimately look for a job. I'm not super money interested at this moment. Like, legitimately right now, if I wanted to get a job, all I need to do is literally sit down for a few months, like 3 to 4 hours a month, and actually apply to jobs. And I will get a job within a month. And I will start earning thousands of dollars a month. That is literally all I need to do if I cared about money. I don't need to worry about YouTube. I don't don't want it from YouTube. I don't want it from GoSim, to be honest. It would be cool if GoSim made more money. I don't think, but I don't want it to be coming from just specifically the people who play the game. I'd prefer it if it came from the game opening up to more people, and more people playing the game, than it being the people who play the game spending ridiculous amounts more of money on the game. Alright, there we go. That will be it for today's stream. We didn't get as much progress. I thought I'd be completely done with the quest today, as you guys can probably tell from the video title and description. But I did get quite a bit done. All we really have left is unboxing 1-2 godlies, and then these last few quests for the Blue Bunny, which shouldn't take too long. I think the longest quest we have left is 3 Remnant Guardians, which will take like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes to go ahead and do, so not going to be too long. And then we will be pretty much done with this, done with the game. Once I complete, I think the first thing I do want to do would be to go ahead and see how far game completion we can get, because I'm fairly sure we can get up to like 95, 97%, something like that, pretty easily, and then see about maybe even getting up even higher than that, up to maybe something stupid like 99 game completion percent. But anyways, thank you guys for coming out. Hopefully the update on Friday, I'll have a video out that week for it instead of it taking a whole nother week, and then another stream will be next week. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Thank you guys for coming out. Bye.